Hey guys, welcome to Pajama Let's Play. I'm Michelle, host of Pajama Let's Play, where we talk all things Kingdom Hearts. I do have a bit of a winter cold, so my voice is going to be scratchy today, but we are going to be talking about the Master of Masters and how I think he got to Unreality. But before we get into that, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell. You can follow me on Twitch, check out my Patreon, or leave a tip via PayPal. All of those things are in the description box down below. This topic was suggested by Mary Scary on one of my community posts. I'm currently going through the cinematics for all the games because I'm overdue for another watch through, and I asked y'all for any questions you'd like me to try to answer, and this one I liked a lot. I'd also like to give a little warning here. This particular video may feel a little bit scattered. This topic has so many layers to unpack, and I'm seeing if I can make it work without actually screen grabbing cinematics. So I hope this theory will make sense by the end of the video. We can deduce that the Master of Masters made an appearance in Data Daybreak Town, even if we didn't actually see it, because he had to set up that whole realm. It only makes sense to me that he would have entered it to check on his work and make sure that it will serve the goal of protecting the dandelions and trapping the darkness entities. While it did protect the dandelions, albeit temporarily because the world fell with most of them still there, it didn't seem to actually keep the darknesses bound since they're in the future games. That alone implies that there is a way out. We actually either heard or saw a few ways out throughout Union Cross. First, we know he told Lucio to take a corridor when he's ready to move forward in his new vessel. I believe it's a corridor to darkness, but that's a fairly easy escape path. I don't think that's what the Master of Masters used though, because it would attract the attention of darkness to just simply walk through that realm. The second option is that he went into the datascape to set it up and left long before any of the escape routes were closed off. It's a bit boring, but it's definitely an option. Then there's the third option, and this is the one I personally believe. We know the Keyblade can make a portal in Grand Central Station for Wreck-It Ralph, because the darkness entities demanded player to open one for them to expand. They even specifically say that from Grand Central Station, they can access countless worlds. I think we're supposed to assume that they meant the games like Candy Crush, Fix-It Felix, and Hero's Duty. But I think this is actually a waypoint between reality and unreality. As y'all know, I believe Unreality is a realm of video games. The Master of Masters described Unreality as a world of fiction, which I assume it's his darkness entity, specified that that was not the data world. A place where voice and sight cannot reach, where neither light nor darkness rules over the world. I think that describes the realm of video games because in addition to being literal fiction, these worlds would be programmed and unalterable. So any voices and sights that have not been programmed into those worlds would not be perceived. We can't just send messages to our favorite video games and speak to the characters, nor could anyone in a standard data world perceive that there even is an outside world. I know the Wreck-It Ralph characters understand that they're fictional and there is an outside world, but I think they're the exception. Brain points out that he thought they were in the real Data Break Town until the glitches started. So if Unreality functions in the same way, they wouldn't know about Sora's reality. And it continues to back up the whole bit about no sight or voice reaching there. With all of that said, I also believe Wreck-It Ralph is based on a world in Unreality. They make a point of saying his world doesn't exist in their known world or the time of Union Cross. We know the Master of Masters had discovered that there was an Unreality before his conversation with Darkness in Union Cross, because of the bit where Darkness spoke of the data world. I suspect he had been searching for other realms to escape to, found Unreality, and designed the data world as a way to connect to it. If Game Central Station is a waypoint between the realms, I think it makes sense for Darkness to be trapped right at the edge of their reality. It's also the easiest world to close off because the gate got locked from both sides. We didn't see any other worlds getting locked or unlocked in Union Cross that I'm aware of. So perhaps all of the other worlds were not as well set up to become a trap. Before I get to the actual theory, I need to set up one more detail. The Keyblade. We know the Master of Masters gave his Keyblade to Lucio before the Keyblade War, so he wouldn't have had it in the data world. But we also know there were no Masters when he was growing up. It stands to reason that the Master of Masters knows how to make Keyblades, and therefore can create a second one for himself. I intend to make a video on Keyblades and how they work, but I need to get through the rest of the games first. and I only just finished Union Cross at the time of writing the script. So, my theory is that the Master of Masters created the data world to hold the dandelions, because that would attract the darkness entities since they pursue light. Only 7 people were intended to escape, though he didn't seem to care which 7 since he specifically said anyone could use the lifeboats. And the darkness entities and the dandelions would fall to darkness with the rest of Daybreak Town. I believe the Master of Masters took a second Keyblade, either one he made or Lushu's original Keyblade, into the data world with him, made a portal to a world in Unreality, and escaped that way. Since Unreality was not burdened by the fight over their own Kingdom Hearts, as we can see the Master of Masters thinking of how to build one at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, he would have lost his ability to wield the Keyblade, thus getting stuck in Unreality. I could also see Lushu being asked to help the Master of Masters with all of this, if he'd rather not make a new Keyblade. However, I do also believe he was successful in developing Keyblades in Unreality. I don't think we will have a game ever where Sora and the other playable characters do not have Keyblades. It's kind of essential to the game series and the programming to maintain the primary weapon type. My second theory here is that the scene we got with the Master of Masters in Unreality actually happened in the distant past, well before Sora and Riku got there. In which case, it would stand to reason he successfully made a version of Kingdom Hearts that will serve whatever his intentions are, which then allowed the Keyblades to be made. All of that would also back up the common theory that the Master of Masters is light itself, because it could just project itself anywhere. Once he has a Keyblade again, he can come back to Sora's reality, meet Xehanort during Dark Road, and go from there. So what do you think? Is this a plausible way for the Master of Masters to get to Unreality? Is there a method y'all like better? Tell me all about your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell. You can follow me on Twitch, check out my Patreon, or leave a tip via PayPal. All of those things are in the description box down below. Until next time.